Hello, friends and family of First CRC here in Barrie. It's Pastor Moses. I hope you are doing well, and I'm pretty sure we're all excited about the news that Premier Ford had shared with us this week regarding Phase 2. And, it's so great that we are right at the border between Toronto and the rest of Ontario, whereas Toronto has to wait for a few more weeks. We are now moving into Phase 2. Starting from tomorrow morning on Friday. And so, that's a lot of good news. And I was wondering, how does this relate with what we have to share this week? This week, we're talking about lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Now, I do know that things are going to open up on Friday, but here, as I'm recording this on Wednesday afternoon, I am wondering, would it be possible to meet in groups of 10, or should we have church meetings now that come 2 more days everything is going to be okay? Temptation, it's all over us, and temptation was all over the ministry of Jesus Christ. We see from the Gospels that temptation started Jesus' ministry and it ended it. It started with the temptation of Jesus as Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days. But temptation came at the last moments when Jesus prayed at the very end at Gethsemane as he was praying. Now, I just find it interesting today, before we head into Sunday and listen to the sermon, lead us not into temptation. It has this feeling, whereas we are being like Jesus or God is leading us into temptation. And we're asking God, hey, don't lead us into temptation. Don't lead us there. This afternoon, I had an interesting encounter with Christine. Now, Christine brought over the tablet that the kids use for school and also to play games. And she brought it and she said, can you please open this? And I said, why? She said, oh, can you please open it? And I said, no, your game time is all over. You've already used all your multimedia time. You've watched TV already. And she said, I'm not going to play any games. I'm not going to play any games. I said, then why do you want me to open it? She's just like, I'm not going to play any games. Now, as a parent, I know that once I unlock that tablet, she is going to play games. She's going to play the games that has been downloaded in there. I mean, it's second nature. I mean, why would I open up the tablet to lead her into temptation? She said she wasn't going to play games, but why should I open it up to tempt her to play games on the tablet? And so to the very end, I did not want to lead her into temptation. Now, sometimes we wonder if that's kind of our relationship with God. And I want to say no, it's not. In fact, Pope Francis actually made a comment about this and even went so far as to say maybe we need to change the translation of the Lord's Prayer. This is what he says. Lead us not into temptation. The King James Version is not a good translation because it speaks of a God who induces temptation. I am the one who falls. It's not God pushing me into temptation to then see how I have fallen. A father doesn't do that. A father helps you to get up immediately. It's Satan who leads us into temptation. That's his department. Now, I'm not going to go so far and say we have to change the translation and not say lead us into temptation, but I encourage you that maybe this little snippet is kind of an invitation for you to come and listen to what God has to speak to us on Sunday morning in the next petition. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I hope to see you there Sunday 9:30 through the live stream. Blessings.